Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the top 10 Kickstarters of the month. And before I get started, I do have a couple of friends who have Kickstarters, and also I have a Kickstarter of my own. It's The Dancer. She's the dancer slash assassin. When she was little, she witnessed her parents being murdered in front of her and never dealt with that trauma until now. My business partner also has a Kickstarter going on right now called Haunting. It's about a young boy who has ghosts following him, and he does not want to deal with that, so he doesn't. So go check out both those titles. Now, we're also going to dive into, again, some of those before top 10 friend Kickstarters. So Prodigal Son book out right now with actually one of the actors of Cobra Kai. So if you're a fan of Karate Kid, this is actually a Western comic book written by one of my friends, Clay Adams, who's done definitely Western stuff and done genre mixing books, which is a lot of fun. So definitely go check that one out. We also have Rovers, issue 1 through 2. If you're looking for a grounded fantasy, this is that, which honestly for me, I'm usually not a huge fantasy fan, so grounded fantasies are usually the ones I kind of gravitate towards more. We also have Legends of the Realm, issues 1 through 4. If you're looking for a magic book, and something I enjoy about the concept of this one, it really has to do with the idea of good and evil. So they're versing this menace who is the worst person in the world, and you're like, okay, so what is good? What is a villain and what is a hero? And moving on to the last honorable mention, which is Hearteater issue 1. It's a not safe for work book. We have Lori Foster put in the charge of that one, and also this being I believe their first not safe for work book. And you have pirates. So if you want to see the combination of not safe for work with pirates, go check that one out. And I believe it's a queer book as well. All right, moving into the top 10. So number 10 for me is Clash of the Cryptids, issue 1. I like a good family book. I enjoy those dynamics, and this is about a father going into this survival horror event to try to save his son. So I definitely connect with that type of storyline, and you got a genre spin to it. Moving on to number 9, which is The Space Between the Trees. This is a very simple story of people having a bad time in the woods and getting lost in the woods. We've seen it before, but the artwork is just so splendid and different for this book, and it really made my eyes kind of gravitate towards it. So go check that one out. That's number 9. Moving on to number 8, which is Hey, I'm Gay, Volume 1. I love when Webtoon goes to Kickstarter. I really love seeing a second life and also just having the opportunity of different type of comic readers to go check out your book. Also a simple concept of someone coming out as gay and what are the comedic beats that happen after that. You're in the closet for so long and what is life after that? And the art style is a lot really bright, really again comedic and just fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing more from that. And again, glad to see a Webtoon on Kickstarter. Moving on to number 7, which is True Believers, a horror cosplay comic book. I am a big fan of horror, and obviously this is a great time to have a horror comic. And I'm also a big fan of slashers, and to do something different in a genre where it's always been redefined. And I definitely have never seen this concept of cosplay kind of blended into horror, but it makes sense because horror is really, especially slashers, I feel like is already kind of connected to the comic genre and the Comic-Con sphere. So why not kind of put that new angle on it? And also the thumbnail was really good for that. I really like the colors for this book. Moving on to number 6, which is Epic issue 1 through 4. And, I'm a sucker for a good superhero book. I think Kickstarter has room for superhero books as well, independent superhero book. And this one we get to see a kid or a teenager who likes this girl, and anytime he likes this girl, his powers go away. So it's a fun concept with really, really great artwork. Moving on to number 5, a different type of Comic-Con, actually a different type of comic and project, which is Indie Comics Creator Con, a show for fans of indie comics. And I love the concept of this one because as a Comic-Con goer and just a fan of comics in general, I think this is just a great place to put a spotlight on creators that you might not find at your local convention. And I'm super excited about this, and I'm glad that they turned to Kickstarter to really bring the community together and again, bring this Comic-Con to life. Moving on to number 4, which is Coffin Comics' all-new Chaotica, Spellbound issue 1. So this is a spin-off of Lady Death. Lady Death is obviously a staple of Kickstarter, and this is her daughter and having her adventures. I'm like, I didn't even know Lady Death had a daughter, so that's kind of cool to see what this story is about, how is she different from Lady Death, and how is this similar to maybe the things you enjoy with Lady Death as well. Moving on to number 3, which is Hospice Skin Deep, a horror one-shot. This is a not safe for work book as well. And Hospice is actually an event that's going on with Kickstarter. There's a few creators that are doing one-shots, all having to do with hospice. And it's most of them, I believe, are horror books. And we actually get to see, again, these creators kind of work together to try to fund these campaigns, which I actually believe all of them are funded. And they all have their different take on what's a story within a hospice and this kind of this world, and it's all connected with these wonderful indie creators. And the reason I picked this one is, again, I thought it was very different to use a kind of popular genre right now, which is the not safe for work stuff, and melding it together in this horror community project. Moving on to number 2, which is Stick and Poke Volume 1. This is another webtoon, a webcomic. I believe it's on Tapas as well. And I love music books. If you follow these top 10s, I think you know that already. And it is so colorful, this book. It's a romance. I believe it's a comedy as well. And it's just like meshing all things I enjoy. And again, I like seeing webtoon books go to Kickstarter, breathe that next life into it. Moving on to number 1, which is The Relentless Adventure. So it's actually a superhero book. And this superhero book's kind of been going on for a while, actually, and we get to see a crossover between two superheroes as they try to tell their secret identity to their family. Those are themes that I very much enjoy in superhero books. The artwork looks really good for this one as well, which is why it's my number 1 pick of the month. Let me know in the comments below what are some Kickstarters you're backing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and I'll see you guys in the next one.